Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. Today we're going to be making Graham Cracker Pie Crust for either cheesecake or for pie. I wasn't going to do this video, but since I had a video that uses the Graham Cracker Crust, I've gone ahead and decided to do it because it's really a simple process, but I realize there's lots of beginners out there that may simply just don't know how to make a pie crust. So it's very simple and very easy. You're going to need 1 pack of the graham crackers, and you're going to crush them in a little chopper or a food processor or however means that you have to do so. You're going to need 1 stick of butter melted and about 3 tablespoons of sugar. I've already got 1 batch started so that I can show you how it works for either as a pie crust or just for a cheesecake. So all we're going to do is very simple. We're going to add the 1/2 cup of, well, it ended up being about a 1/2 cup, 1 stick of butter. So I'm going to confuse y'all. And then the 3 tablespoons of sugar. And the sugar is optional. If you have a sugar problem, you don't have to put that much sugar, or you can just skip on the sugar. If you want it to be a little sweeter tasting, then go ahead and put it. All you're simply going to do is stir it up. And it's going to all come together, kind of like Play-Doh. And because it has a stick of butter in it, you won't have to oil your pie pan. I like to kind of smash it down, and then of course get in there with my fingers. And I'm going to go ahead and just simply dump it straight into my pie crust, my pie pan. And then we'll work it around and get it flattened out. And I'll bring y'all in closer when I do the next one. And usually it doesn't stick to your fingers because of the butter. So I just flatten it out and then go up the edges a little bit while I'm turning the pan. Scooch this over just a little bit. But I'm going to bring y'all in closer so y'all can see. These are great for like your pudding pies. And how you would make a cheesecake crust. Of course, you could get fancy and add some pecans or sunflower seeds or walnuts. You can do lots of different varieties if you want different flavors for your pie crust. Now simply just keep going around until I work it all the way up to the edge. Just takes a little bit of doing, and it's really just that simple. For most of us, by the time you ran to the grocery store and picked up one of these pie crusts, you actually could have already made it right at home, homemade, without all the extra added ingredients to it. And it's just going to be so good. And it's not hard to do. So I think I have it pretty good. It's pretty flattened out. Got it up around the edges really good. Alright, I'm going to bring y'all in closer and show you the next one step for step. So let's go ahead and do it a little more up close. It's so simple, y'all. It really is. Let me see if I can adjust my camera. Alright, we just have a little mini chopper. These are very inexpensive for those that may not know. I think mine may have even come from the dollar store, Dollar General. So I just break the crackers up and put them in there. You're probably going to have to do a couple little batches. Or if you're a little more impatient, you can just use like a food processor. Make sure your blade is down. Well, I guess y'all can kind of see what I'm doing. The camera's kind of down low. That's okay. Alright, so we're going to turn our chopper on. It's going to be a little noisy. And if I didn't make sure my blade was down, And I'm just going to keep adding more to it. Ahead and get this out, and if there's any chunks in there, all you have to do is grab them and stick them back in with the last little bit. There's like one little chunk, so I'm just gonna throw it back in there. And just breaking them up with my hand, dropping them in the little mini chopper. Alright, here we go again. Alrighty, what we're going to do is dump this last little bit in. That was 1 pack of the graham crackers, just kind of broken up. And then we have our 1 stick of melted butter. Just add it in there. And then we have our 3 tablespoons of sugar. And we're just going to mix it all up really good with our spoon. Doesn't have to be perfect, just try to make sure that all the graham crackers are stuck together when you're done mixing it. I don't know why, but just the butter and the graham crackers smell so good together. Alright, that looks pretty good. It's all stuck together. Looks like Play-Doh now. And now we have our cheesecake. Pan, and we're going to just put that right in there. Now on this one, we're not going to go up the sides, we're just going to go on the bottom. So we're just going to flatten it out with our fingers all around the edges. Try to get it as even as possible. Of course, my sleeve is trying to get in the way. And you just want to get it as even as you can all around the edges. Move it around if you need to get it flattened out. Alright, so this is our first one. It's like for making a pie. And then this is the second one for making a cheesecake. All you have to do now is bake it for 350 in the oven, 350 degrees, for about 10 minutes. Let it cool off completely and then fill it with your favorite pie filler. And on the cheesecake one, I don't have to pre-bake it because of the recipe that I'm using. It doesn't require it. But on this one, I will pre-bake it and do it for 10 minutes at 350 in the oven. Let it cool off completely, and if I don't want to fill it right away, I can cover it up with plastic wrap and keep it for about a week until I'm ready to use it. So I hope this was very helpful. Thanks for joining me today. Just a quick video on how to make a simple graham cracker crust. So farewell, Homestead family, friends, and neighbors from the Cozy Cottage Homestead.